J. Mark Money, and I'm from Palmdale via GI, which is Gary, Indiana, for those that don't know. And in the all right, in the blue room, we was discussing the publishing, as far as getting with a publisher with the different genres, like you were talking about, and let's see, a manager, agent, as which would be best, and is it necessary? Let's see. Also, time management, like you were talking about in the morning, you do something to clear your head before you get started with your work day, and if you hit a brick wall, then you go clear your head. Yeah. And let's see. And multitasking. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. Multitasking as far as, doing social media, studio work, writing, all of that.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
Yeah, it is.
So, like for instance, can I just say this? I've been up since 6 a.m. because I'm shooting a music video today.
Me too.
But I took a break to come here and talk at this conference, and I'm going back to music video.
There you go.
We appreciate that.
So all about multitasking.
I think a couple of things that you touched on. I mean, I guess maybe give your opinion. Just I think the crux of what you guys have said for the most part is that as artists, you need to make it happen initially, like you spoke about. It's about the music first. Don't worry about the bio. Don't worry about so many other things until the songs are there. And it's so easy to say, and you hear it all the time, but it really is true. And I think that if the music's there and the creative spirit's there, in terms of the manager, in terms of the agent, in terms of a team or the support group, it kind of comes naturally to a certain extent. Yeah. Maybe touch on and to his point, the multitasking element, which I think is a really difficult thing for people to do because you're really switching different parts of your brain. I mean, I'm sure in this music video, you're a director at the same time, the talent at the same time, probably helping with a little bit of the budget, whatever else you're focused on. Then you got to come here, and you're probably going to finish up a song tonight or whatever you're doing. For you guys, how do you deal with flipping on the different switches of your brain at different times of the day?
I think that's where like the mental clarity comes in. And we were talking about this backstage. I know it sounds crazy, but like exercise is very important, especially because what we do is like a lot of sitting around, and like that's not really getting your blood flowing. That's not really getting your brain working. Like go for a walk, go to the gym, get a gym membership, do whatever, take your dog for a walk, because it keeps me sane, and sanity is important. And I know that a lot of people kind of thrive in chaos. But if you're gonna do it all yourself, if you're gonna take the indie route and you're trying to figure this out, you really need to have your wits about you. So stay healthy.
Yeah, and I think to go back to what you said about manager, agent, publisher, all that, like if you're to the point where you're making great songs and you're starting to disseminate them, be it for your artist project or if you're, being able to get some meetings with some people, even if they're like, just interns or consultants or whoever it is, that you're starting to get the stuff out there. If you have songs that are crazy and songs that, will shake people up and move mountains or whatever, you won't be able to get agents, managers off you fast enough. Like I have like a small publishing and label group thing that I'm doing on the side, and every now and then we'll come across a song or the writer of a song or whatever it is, and if it's like that person doesn't have a publishing deal, then like you'll watch the whole industry descend on somebody who has anything of value, Yeah, seriously. So I mean, that's the thing. It's like that thing of value is the music, and if your music is there, like I'm saying, they will come to you. And if you think the music is there but you send it to people and you're not getting reactions, it may not be that all those people just don't get how great you are. It may you need to keep writing.
Yeah, and
same with both of us.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and that's something I tell people all the time too. Like I can't tell you how many local bands or people that I know, friends, whatever, they're trying to get started, and they'll send me a demo or whatever, and then like 6 months later they'll send me the same thing, and I'm like, really? Just write something new. Like if nobody's biting, I'm sure you're full of great ideas. You know what I mean? And you know, every time you write, you get better. So I think a little bit, it's a numbers game. I mean, you know, you write 10 songs, one of them will probably be all right. And you write 100 songs, and you know, they need to keep getting better. So you got to just keep working that muscle, and every song you write will be hopefully better than the next.
Yep.
Any other questions from the Blue Room?
Yes, the main one that I think that everybody wanted to know is what's the proper way to approach a publisher? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. The proper way to approach a publisher is to let them approach you. I mean, like, you know, it's kind of true. If you, it's good to meet publishers in regards to getting work done. Like, I think going in and being like, I have some songs. You know, I think this could be good for this person, this could be good for that person, play them the songs, they'll be like, oh yeah, I know the person who's producing that, so I think if you're gonna engage a publisher, you're gonna proactively reach out to them before you have a deal. The best way to do it is under the terms of, let's get some work done. I have some songs that I'm trying to do this with, can you help me? As opposed to like, hey, like, do you want to sign me? Because there's nothing less appealing to a publisher than somebody being like, I got nothing going on, but you want to give me all your money? Yeah. So I think, yeah, going to them to get work done is the move.
That's cool.
And I think that's a great point just in general, and I think we keep kind of circling around it, is the fact that it's really about being a self-starter, and it's really about taking control. And, you know, as you can see, I mean, from the comments you've made about early in your career to if you were to go back to earlier in your career to now, it involves you guys being very proactive and ultimately controlling most of it, and really only relinquishing control when you have to, when you need to, you know, you just don't have the bandwidth to handle X, so you get a manager. You need these access points, so you get a publisher. But I think what you guys still do, and you demonstrate day to day, is that you're still doing it. It's you, ultimately. And I think even for you guys, if you got a manager, agent, lawyer, business manager, whatever it is, you'd still be driving the ship. I mean, you know, you probably wouldn't relinquish that much control. Very, 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 you know, focused on that self-starter. It comes from within, it comes from you. So I think, you know, it's a great question, and I think it's a great point that you make is, you know, every artist in some way is trying to take the next step and move. And yes, people will help at certain points, don't get me wrong, but it's really only when you're doing it and you're the one that's, you know, putting your foot on the gas pedal. They might throw some extra gasoline in the tank, but
yeah,
you gotta have the car.
Do you, like, I am going from point A to point B, do you want to jump on my train? And if not, like, someone else's will, because I will get there.
Yeah, no one,
with or without you.
Yeah,
you know?
and you can't go around being like, does anybody have a train? I'll take a ticket.
Good point.